Okay, so you have 464 divided by 13.
It's almost 36.
35.69.
35 what?
0.69.
35.69. Okay, and that's Zach. And now let's go to Constance. 457 divided by 13.
Say 35.
35.1.
So it's 35.1. Okay, now, am I missing something, or is that the only amount of phone calls they're doing per day?
That's what's recorded, right?
Yeah. So what else is going on? Are you guys making other phone calls that are not getting logged, or is that all the phone calls you guys are doing per day?
I don't have any more than 35 phone calls a day. I'm constantly on the phone. I'm constantly doing stuff all the time. I don't like stare at my computer and watch YouTube all day or anything. Like, I'm getting up and doing stuff all day long. Make a call. Sometimes I forget to click it, I think, occasionally, but I mean, I usually do. But I mean, I got a lot of stuff going on. I got 20 million things, so I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I try to help everybody out as much as I can. Like, Katrina didn't know some stuff. I just sat down with her Saturday. We just got rid of Sherry last month. Now I do a lot, and I have a lot going on. I mean, I do the best that I can, but I know I'm not sitting there. It may look like, okay, I'm going to
You gotta hit a button every time the log.
but I do a lot of stuff.
Yes.
Like, and even on my cell phone, I do take calls on my cell phone. I get up and, like, I'm talking to customers.
track it.
Constance,
Are you using the click to call button?
I make a call. I click make a call most of the time. Yeah, I always do. I know to do that. But I mean, you know, if I take a phone call on my cell phone or something, I mean, I may not always put everything in. I know I'm not making 35 calls a day. I sit at my desk and work. I mean, I'm not working.
But I didn't say anybody's not working. I'm not accusing anybody of anything.
Questions.
I'm just asking questions. It's like, but I'm just saying. Look, my rule as a manager is this: if it's not in the CRM, it didn't exist. That's Joe. Would you agree with that as a CRM?
Exactly.
So there has to be a protocol. There has to be a line of demarcation. If it's not in the CRM, it didn't exist. I can't manage, if I'm the general manager of the store, if I'm the dealer principal, I cannot manage on hypotheticals or probables, because here's the thing, if that information is not logged in, how do we know where the issue is? Do you remember the scorecards? The scorecards give us a cause and effect, 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 just like we had on the board. It had a cause and effect. So again, depending on how many phone calls we made is going to dictate how many connections, dictate how many appointments, how many confirmations, how many shows, how many deliveries. And if we're not tracking that information, we can't fix it. We can't identify. That's like going, God forbid anybody here ever gets sick, but can you imagine going to the oncologist and saying, you know, I got cancer. You know, how do we fix it? Fuck if I know. You know what I mean? Let's just zap everything with radiation. You know what I mean? Let's zap everything. You can't do that. You've got to zero in. You've got to, you know, narrow out where the discrepancy is. We should not be using cell phones. We should not be using cell phones, walking around and stuff like that. What should happen is the coordinators should be at their desks. Coordinators should be at their desks. They shouldn't be getting up for 50 million different things. They should be at their desk from open to close, pounding the phones. They should predominantly be using the main phones. If, after they follow up, there is reasons to use a cell phone. Not, you know, I don't think they should be using their personal cell phones ever. That's not appropriate. This is a multi-million-dollar business. Everything should be tied to the corporate accounts. Everything should be tracked and measured for accountability. How did the GMs know, or GSMs, or the sales managers know if something was said or promised or dropped? How do we know that unless it's tracked? So I don't mind using a cell phone if it is a Neil Huffman cell phone, and only if it's used for strategic reasons, not for convenience reasons. Meaning, if we tried, you know, for week 1, week 2, email, phone call at different times of the day, and they're just not answering the work phone number, then switch to a different phone number. But don't use the cell phone just because you want to use the cell phone. Because you know what happens? This happens. Well, I know I'm not playing Candy Crush. I know I'm not playing Tetris. I'm not playing Angry Birds.
But in reality, how
Go
many
ahead.
of those actually, I mean, how many calls do you do on his cell phone? Another 10, 15?
Say that again, brother.
I said, in reality, like, seriously, how many?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly. But again, this is a non-hostile visit. This is me, love. You know, I'm working on me. You know what I mean? So I want just love and just trying to help you guys and just beat show. So I'm not trying to poke holes and say someone's lying or somebody's underperforming. My job is just to give information. That's it. My job is to show you what the numbers. Like if I was a translator of Tibetan Sanskrit or whatever it is, well, that's what the numbers are saying to me. But I agree. What Steve just said made sense. Really, if we're only averaging 35 phone calls that we're showing here, and it shows, and we're supposed to be doing 120. Are we really doing 70 off of our phone? Are we really magically not logging in 70? And remember, brother, this is not just one day. This is every single day of every single working day this month alone. That's the average. So it's not like we had a bad day or bad week or bad whatever. This is the month to date.
Well, like I said, we're not really trying to point stuff out of it, unless they just picking and choosing what leads to what will work.
That's another issue, again, because there's not management. It's like, okay, which leads are we calling? And we're going to get into that to the next, but I want to go to Nissan. Who's the representative from Nissan in here? You are.
Oh,
I
I'm
just-
sorry. He's right there in the corner. We gotta see him.
Okay, cool. There you go. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to that in a second right here. All right.